Hello and welcome to the incredible, beautiful, mystical, and magical Sonia Choquette. Welcome, Sonia.
Thank you, Alicia. I'm so happy to be here with you.
I am beyond happy to have you. Sonia is a world-renowned spiritual teacher, intuitive guide, and New York Times best-selling author of 27 books, including Ask Your Guides, translated into 37 languages. For more than 50 years, she has helped hundreds of thousands of people awaken their intuition and connect with their angels, guides, and divine support system. My book, Your Angelic Ancestry, I talk about the realms are open, the angelic and human realms to each other in a way they never have before. We're in a pivotal time. I would love to hear you share with our listeners a little bit about the positivity. I know that the cauldron of humanity is stirred and there's a lot of challenge, but there's also more light. And you have been doing this for 50 years and just opened your first school. What is the optimism for our time?
Well, anybody who is alive on this planet with any degree of awareness can feel that it's been a very unsettled time for about 7 or 8 years. And it is disruptive, but the good news is the energetic grid of perception has been really entrenched and focused on the power and control of outside forces. There's been a lot of oppression to listen to the inner senses or to have any divine experience. And the irony is that because the world has become so unpredictable and unfamiliar in so many ways, and so many things promised that would take care of us have collapsed, it has activated our inner senses. It has reconnected us to our divine nature. It has opened the door to our liberation from victimhood and restored our perceptions that we are divine co-creators. We are divine beings. Right now, we're kind of in the mix. Half the people are still coming, what I call coming online or are coming on board with this inner sense, but we affect one another energetically. So the more of humans that are starting to wake up to their intuition, to their angels, to their divine guides, their inner experiences, it will trigger, and it is triggering the activation of others.
I do have to ask because a lot of our listeners are writers. How the heck, girl, did you write 28 books?
My writing is really more of a channeled experience with my guides. The higher realms want to have through me two people.
That was my experience with my first book as well, where it really just came through. I didn't write the book I wanted to write. I wrote the book I
I
was
get
born
that.
to, right?
How did you write the Angelic Ancestry book? Tell me about it more.
I had cancer and I've been doing the work, teaching the work for decades, but there was another level and I knew it of no, don't just go outside of yourself for archangels. You are an archangel in the flesh. Come forward. But I was afraid to really, it's a very different way. It's a paradigm shift for presenting angels. So I was sharing with my classes, but not in a wider way. And it was like, no, share in a wider way. And when I was diagnosed with cancer and told I said, I knew that it was a compelling message. And I said to the oncologist, I just need some time to heal this. And they said, you just need some time to schedule surgery. And I, so a lot of miracles happened and I got that time. They lost my pathology slides, which never happens. But when I got clearly that all I needed to do was to absolutely write these books, teach this work, not hold back, do what I was born to do, why I believe I took incarnation, I was healed.
I
And,
believe.
and with no allopathic intervention. Now, I'm not special, but that healing was to show to me beyond a shadow of a doubt not only the healing power of angels, archangels, but also the power of following our call unmitigatingly, fearlessly, and fully.
Well, we share that for sure. I find any drifting away from what I call energetic coherence,
Mhm.
my head, my heart, my gut, my feet, my words, my emotions are not moving in the same direction, I find that I can't tolerate it. It's like nails
Mhm,
on a chalkboard.
mhm,
It's just even the slightest drift. And I believe that if we become sensitive to this inner alignment and that we are energetic beings in a physical body, and we work with our divine nature as you're again sharing with the same message, the healing means become whole.
mm,
So you align and you become whole. And I really don't know of another way to live. Get out of your head because it doesn't feel energy. Get into your body, see your home base is your heart. Listen to the communication. It's not words, it's energetic
mm,
communication. Feel the love, trust it instead of external forces. It's a big ask.
mhm.
Point in the world where the alternative, trust others, just give your power away and trust others to take care of you, has pretty much failed.
Yeah,
So they're realizing I need to follow an internal source of love and guidance, not an external source.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. That's 100% my experience. And that was really a big part of the paradigm shift was, go from within, go from your own archangelic nature. And here's how to do that. And I would get down on my knees and offer up the book, and I would bring through angel means messenger. I'd bring through a higher message, and then I would record that. And sometimes that would be the day's writing, and then so I would channel it, receive it. I was still very present and cognizant. It wasn't a trance channel, it was just receiving it. And then some of those I kept verbatim, and those are the angelic messages in the book. But they speak a bit more formally, and it's a lot of very deep information. And so the rest of it, I would then make like a little more accessible. Would edit it.
That is the soul agreement with the divine realms, is that your free will joins and you are a divine being. That's what your book so beautifully states, that
Mm.
biggest paradigm shift is how we identify.
Yeah.
And I think that what to me is hopeful is if we didn't have all this disruption,
Mhm.
I'm confident that we would not be collectively identifying beyond the mere immediate physical like we are. It, it's
Yeah.
it's absolutely inviting us to investigate further, because it's turning on our inner senses that says, I know, and not an intellectual, informational left brain know. I cellularly, energetically, soulfully know that I am more than just this body. I know more than what information is given to me from the outside. I know in an energetic way, like it's part of me. And that's what's waking up now. And I'm very hopeful because the more we wake up, a couple of things that are causing a lot of problems now will stop.
Yeah.
We will stop disrespecting the earth because we know
Mhm.
we're connected. We will stop seeing otherizing people as we share
Exactly.
the same breath. We'll start polarizing, and we'll stop.
Yeah.
We'll stop the fear and isolation because we'll feel and have the experience of being connected and supported. And those are the things creating all the problems.
You say that so well, and that's the beautiful thing about angels and the coming together of the realms, because angels are in a collective. They
Mhm.
don't have individual souls until they're an archangel, and that's why I say we're archangels in the flesh, because we do have individual souls, we do have free will, we still have those roots as an angel of being in a collective, and we are, of course, moving towards we are one. They're born in the collective, and they move to individuation. We're
This,
born in individuation and move to collective. So
which is why your message is so timely. Your message is so a mirror of the divine transformation that is going on, and it's perfect timing.
thank
Because
you.
not only can they read it, but they can feel it.
Yes. I want to return for a moment to you recently on YouTube. You shared this beautiful video where you talked about angels and the wounded healer era is over, and that angels are bringing us into this you're not broken, come forward. And that's a big point of my book is there's nothing wrong with you. You're not overly sensitive. It's okay that this world doesn't feel like your home always. Come forward into your shining self, come forward into your angelic self. So talk to us a little bit more, because that title is disruptive and I love it. The wounded healer era is over. Tell us more about that.
Well, for a long time, a conscious, aware, sensitive people who could feel the unspoken wounds of the soul
Mhm.
and still are called to do healing work, energy work, Reiki, prayer work, many, many, many elements of this kind of work. But a lot of what they were looking for was to be acknowledged and reciproc, kind of mirrored by the wounded.
Mhm.
So it's like if you were having a heart attack and you go to the hospital and the doctor giving you CPR is saying, "Do you like me? Do you love me? Am I okay?" It's like, like we can't, that's the wounded healer.
Right.
And fortunately, as we're moving away from that and starting to recover a sense of self-esteem and of personal value and a sense of our wholeness, which translates into holiness,
Mm.
us not looking for false gods, not looking for our validation from others. And
Mhm.
that allows us to be healers who come from a place of giving to give rather giving to get.
Yes. Yes.
It basically ends things like codependency and ends things like creating people needing you too long and perpetuating dependencies of that nature, and really letting everybody come back into a sense of, like you said, I'm whole and complete. I'm not broken. My
Mhm.
sensitivity and my intuition and my heightened awareness is a superpower. It's not a liability, and I'm not too much.
I want to return before we close, and I would love to, spoiler alert, close with a blessing. Um, so I want to just return. You said something that was so profound, that the other dimension is not a place. I think people think of heaven as a place, or the angelic realm as a place, or the higher realms as a place. And really, it's a perception, it's awareness, it's enhancing our awareness. Rather than, I don't even think angels have, of course, they don't have physical wings, but I think the wings are really an ability to travel through the realms of perception.
Yeah, that's true. I think that because we have a very linear way of and have been educated in a very linear way, that we say third dimension, fourth, fifth. It looks like third floor, fourth floor, fifth floor, but
Right.
more accurately, think of it as like an accordion.
Mhm.
You expand. You're contracted, you're in third dimension, only the physical world and what's in your head is real. And then you stretch it a little bit and you begin to at least entertain concepts of realities beyond the physical. And one of them is, you're in California, I'm in Paris. This is a fourth dimension experience. We are not in the same place, but
Mhm.
we're having this unified field right now.
Yeah.
And as we keep expanding, pretty soon we won't need the physical connection. It'll just be the energetic connection. That's the fifth dimension and onward. Our soul expansion is just being informed in a much broader, more accurate way. And also, I'm so excited for your new book. I really am, because it's really supports the foundation and the change that people need to
Mm.
actually let themselves heal, feel like they belong, feel supported and not alone. And it gives everyone a more accurate identity. It's like if your whole life you're told you're one thing and it's all wrong, that it's like there's a Chinese saying from the Book of Changes, the I Ching, if the beginning is wrong, the ending is wrong. And your book addresses correcting the beginning.
Oof, what a great analogy. Thank you. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. I would love to close this conversation with a blessing for those who are listening, for our planet. Would you participate with me in that?
Sure,
Awesome.
sure.
Would you prefer to start it or to close it?
You start it
Okay.
and I'll close it.
Okay. All right, beautiful. So if you're in a place to gently close your physical eyes and open your spiritual eyes, please do. And if you can't close your eyes, just know you're as much with us and open your heart, each of us, as we connect heart to heart in that collective that Sonia shared about, in that collective that you were born into as an angel. For you evolved to individual souls. And now we come full circle. So just experience yourself connecting heart to heart with each one on this beautiful call, each one to listen later. And know that not only are you connected to each one in this beautiful golden web, but also to angels, to archangels, to the divine. From within you, filling every cell of your body with golden light. Take a deep breath in and breathe in love, all the love of the universe. Just let go and exhale anything less than love. And now just place your hands on your heart chakra and breathe in love and light. Light of the Holy Spirit, the light of grace. Through all of your beingness, touching into your soul, into your spirit, and even beyond. Expanding infinitely, beyond time, beyond space. As the truth of love, this, beloved, is who you are. Lover, beloved, love itself. And may you know this in this moment of shared intention, and that love might radiate out to our planet and beyond, bringing peace, bringing harmony, bringing illumination, and most of all, love.
And I would like to add that let us create the space to expand our frequency to match the blessings of our angelic self, to match the expression of our angelic self by asking our angels to remove from us ideas, beliefs, patterns, habits, cords, and agreements that keep us trapped in an identity that is not our true nature. We don't need the plan. We don't need the courage. We don't need to figure it out. We just need to be willing to let go. So let us this day collectively let go, hand it over, and allow our divine nature to naturally take over. And so it is. And amen.
So it is, and amen. Thank you so much, my beautiful Sonia. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And may your book reach every corner of the world, and may everybody realize who they are through your book. It makes it a better place for all of us.